What's up, Mike? How you doing, man? How's the new job? Hey, man. Where? I mean, other than being on the bank, that's the next best thing, right? When you going fishing again, man? I noticed you ain't been on in a while. No, 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 no. I just got here. I got the lines out about 15 minutes ago. Had to mess with the settings on the live stream like 3 times. Are you going tonight? Sweet, sweet, sweet. Hopefully, I can sit on that for a little bit. With that baby, my afternoons are usually busy. Right here at the aquarium, taking my spot. It'll be nice and chummed up with corn for you. Bring in them bluegills, maybe the catfish. Oh, okay. Down there by the fountains. I know, it's way down there. As you can see, it's not very busy, which is nice. This group with their 2 dogs is the only people down here. So, other than the highway noise, it's pretty peaceful. Man, water's been so high, it's been ridiculous. I got a chance to go with Bob Saturday. We did pretty good up there by the dam bumping. But other than that, I tried doing some shore fishing a couple weeks ago. It's just too high and muddy, man. It was going way too fast. I mean, as you can see, this is all back to normal. Looks like a week ago it was above the sidewalk up here behind me. So maybe things will start calming down and catching up for everybody again. Of course, another month or so, and catfish will start teetering off because of the spawn. But I know a lot of people are still catching a lot of big fish right now. So honestly, what surprises me the most, I've not heard that many people catching stripers right now. I've heard of a couple small ones and maybe 1 or 2 big ones, but usually this time of year they're going nuts. Yeah, exactly. I think it was like 26 or 28 they're running right now, which is way way better than 80. I mean, even if I don't know if you can see it or not behind the Southern Bell there, that first pillar, you can see the 2 water lines from one from like last week and the one from where it was way up. I mean, it's significantly lower than it was. I'm not saying nobody lied to me. I'm just saying I've not seen any. Nobody's talking about it. I mean, if they're keeping it all to themselves, that's on them. But I mean, I've gone a couple times trying to catch some and nothing. But also the days I went, I didn't see any bait running either. So it just could have been me being unlucky, not getting there the right time. And I guess I'll have to try to hit them up some more this week, maybe this weekend. Of course, my schedule is really sporadic with the baby, so that changes it a lot too. I had planned on being out here when the sun came up this morning, but I'm just now getting out here, so it's just part of life. Exactly, exactly. Well, you're a family man. She has her hopefully last pulmonology appointment tomorrow. It was supposed to be 2 weeks ago, but she was sick and we had to reschedule. So hopefully tomorrow will be the big news about getting off the oxygen. Who's the fourth one? I can only think of 3, unless I've not met one. Okay, I think I've only met one of your sons. That's probably what it is. I'm not sure which one I met though. Maybe it's her then. I don't know. I could have swore you had one son and 2 daughters with you at the dam that one day. Unless that was your wife. It might have been your wife. Actually, I'm thinking about it. Speaking of which, how's she doing? Hope she's getting better. Man, I mean, it's everybody, right? Allergies are crazy right now.
Yeah, they stop.
30-pound carp in your cast net. What? Was it a buffalo or was it a carp? Not that they're both carp, but you know what I mean. Why won't that stay? Common? Okay, cool. I'm still getting used to this live thing on YouTube. I really wish the chat window would stay pulled up. I'm gonna end up missing something. Unless you know something I don't. In which case I would be more than happy for you to enlighten me. Yeah, I'm not using StreamYard anymore. I don't like having that I don't like having that thing up in the corner all the time. I ain't got the money to pay, what is it, $20 a month to get it off there. Not that I live stream that often either, for that matter. Yeah, okay. Yeah, please do, man. I should have done it. I didn't think about it. It's like whatever. Just go live, see what happens. I will say it's amazing how fast the water clears up, though. I mean, they lowered the current over the weekend, right? And it's, the other day it was brown, and now it's just murky, like normal, almost. It's just insane how fast it clears up. Maybe. You're the one with all the big. You and Alicia, man, get the big crowds going right now. And Jody. Of course, y'all are consistently putting fish on the bank too. Whereas I'm, once a month, twice a month, seems like fishing. Obviously, I hope to change that, but it depends. I know her birthday's in May, so I'll be busy in May. But hopefully after that, it'll calm down. Well, I know it's been a hot minute. I knew it had been. Bob and I were talking about this morning, honestly. I think he had forgotten that you started a new job for a minute because, yeah, he seemed like you just seemed like you fell off the face of the planet for a little while. That's true. It's very true. Still nothing. Yep.
You need your chair out here.
Yeah, I meant to grab it this morning. I definitely forgot it. It's all good though. You on lunch right now, Mike? You just hanging out at work, period. There was a guy yesterday that he was out there all day and finally got a bucket worth. They seem to be running really, really sporadic right now. Just a heads up to you. I know you got more than one spot, but right there below the dam at least. Took him a minute. Hey, there she is. Love of my life. Now I'm pretty sure, is on lunch break. Angler of the Ville, how's it going? Thanks for stopping by. Uh-oh. We're currently sitting on 0 fish, but it is a nice day. It's peaceful down here. Would have been a good day to bring Josie down here. Everything's dried up, been out of the water for a little bit. Everything's dry and soft. Would have definitely needed to bring that sport umbrella though. Keep her out of the sun. It's pretty crazy that 4 days ago it was like 30 degrees all day, and then today it's gonna be 73. Either way, I mean, we went from exactly Tennessee weather. I'm hoping they're rare, so I don't know if it'll happen or not. But I'm hoping to catch a mirror carp down here, or a big mouth buffalo. I've only ever caught smallmouth buffalo and common carp. I mean, a mirror carp is a common carp, but it's got a deformity in the scales, makes them a lot larger and a lot patchier looking. Yes, we do, buddy. Yes, we do. I need to get my wife out there too. She's I know she's been itching to get another 30-pounder in the boat, well, on the bank, in her hands, however you want to say it. It wasn't much longer from now; it'd be a year from when she caught that other one, and that's still the household record by 6 ounces. Hey, hold up! I have offered. You keep telling me no. 80 degrees or 80-pound line. Which one are you talking about, Mike? Pretty sure they both apply. You and that weed eater string. You really prefer the 80K current? You are insane. Southern Bell's leaving. I do know one thing. Definitely need to start bringing a battery pack if I'm gonna start doing this live thing more. Actually, what I need to do is fix that battery box. I got all the stuff for it. I see to put it together. Might try to get that set up by the weekend. Then I can do live streaming and night fishing. Do a trick. You're silly. I'll tell you that right now. I'm not gonna bust out and do a backflip or a somersault all of a sudden. Break my neck, fall in the river. I got 3 deer feeder batteries and a battery box for it to work. So I got it originally because I planned on putting all the lights and stuff in my kayak. But I can still use it for that. It's not a big deal. But the one I bought ended up having a battery with it too, so I can make more of a bank fishing box, which I'm not opposed to either. I know Bob's got this light I really like using for night fishing. And one of the guys up at CatCon had his kayak set up with one of them, jerry rigged on it pretty well. I think I'll probably end up buying one of those at some point. It's nice, one of those nice big overhead lights. It's high enough to keep the bugs off of you, but it still gives you enough light to be able to see what you're doing and catch a lot of stuff on camera. And I finally got me a head torch. So I'm not blocking all the light on everything. So hopefully the next couple night fishing videos actually be viewable. I don't know if you can see it from there, Mike, but that ledge, I'm pretty much got to lay on the pavement in order to land a fish. That's how low the water is today compared to what it's been. Luckily, the net has a long handle. Gonna be one of those slow days, it seems. But I actually haven't caught a carp. I don't think I've caught a carp yet this year. I'm pretty sure all the carp I caught were last year. I am not doing a belly flop. The water is less than 60 degrees. I'm not doing it. Plus, that boat down there, it's supposed to be 100% secure. I don't want to dislodge it. I'm afraid it might hurt somebody's dock downstream, so. Belly flop's just not a good idea. But yep, two things I'm regretting not having. One is that battery box being made, and two is my chair. I forgot my chair. So if you ever see this, Suzanne, my dear friend, I am sorry I forgot the chair. Oh, well, okay, obviously, but you have to work, and you couldn't take today off to go fish with me. I'd be more than happy to take you. More than happy to take you. And Josie. Last time we brought her down here, the wind was blowing, it was cold. My next day off, Mike, is Sunday. If I remember correctly, but I don't know if Shannon's got anything planned or not. You hear that, Shayna? Mike wants to go either Saturday or Sunday. Where would you want to go on those days, Mike? Oh. Well, like I said, we fished somewhere down this direction off the sidewalk over here. I got a spot I can have her and Josie and some chairs and whatnot. It's more likely to happen that way if she's gonna come with. She may not want to come with though. I don't know. That's between you and her at this point, I guess. I don't know what you had planned this weekend. I'm not sure that we did have anything planned. I know the next weekend and the weekend after that, I'm busy. The weekend of Easter, I'm fishing in a tournament on Saturday with Bob for that Uncle Lou's Biggest Loser tournament, and then obviously Easter Sunday, I got plans with family, with it being Josie's first Easter, and then the weekend after that, maybe I'm not busy that next weekend. But I was thinking for some reason I was. Nothing to my knowledge. It was the weekend after I was talking about. I was thinking there was something the weekend after. But I can't remember what it is. You know my schedule better than I do. I would fish every day if I could. Someday maybe when I win the lottery or find a long lost uncle on the mom's side, twice removed, that left me $1 billion mansion somewhere that I could sell off. It's been about 30 minutes. I'm gonna go throw some more corn. I'll be back in a minute. Alrighty, yeah, we'll figure it out, man. Figure it out for sure. She didn't say no, so I would say it's a reasonable shot that we'll be going this weekend. Means I'll have to restring the catfish rods for her, though. That's all right, though. They need to be restrung. If I was smart, and I might still. There's a dock over here, right in front of me, and there's an eddy behind it. Right there behind it. I might cast a bait up there in a minute. I know fishing over there by the fountains one time, I stuck one at the end of the corner, by on the railing, right into that eddy right there. About lost my rod. If my buddy Nick wasn't there, I for sure would have lost the rod. It thought I had it set up okay, but apparently not. I should have tied it down with a bungee strap or something, because it was going in. Hey Mike, where were you throwing that cast net when you caught that 30-pounder in the cast net? Were you up by the dam, or were you in the creek somewhere, or what? Oh yeah, for sure. My buddy, well, I can't think of his name all of a sudden. Christian. His name's Christian. Man, he caught some. He's caught several that were right at 30 pounds. One that I'm for sure was pushing 40, but didn't have a scale. And he's caught several buffalo that are huge. And when they get that big, the buffalo especially, they look out of this world, crazy looking, because they're just so deformed. It's really cool to watch. I would love to get a hand on one of those big ones. Okay, yeah. Well, that's where I cast at that one sturgeon that one time. I still wish I could have got a picture of it. You know, it was probably about 4 feet long. Its head was the only thing. Its head and one of its front fins was the only thing that was stuck in it. But they're big, muscular, and those scales are sharp. So I tried getting a good grip on it. It was either lose him or lose the cast net. I really needed to keep my cast net. So, what do you do? Oh, wait. Thought I heard a reel going off. It was a kid on a bicycle. Bah humbug. It's gonna be Josie someday riding around me while I'm fishing. Hey, can you quiet down a little bit? I can't hear my reels. No, I'm really, really hoping that she's. I really hope I can get her into fishing. I think that'd be cool. I know her mom likes to go. I like to go. If I can get her to be interested in it too, it can definitely be a good opportunity for all of us to be outside more. Definitely think it'd be a good thing. That is true. You did hate it as a kid. I remember the first couple times you went with me, all you did was read a book. Not that you still wouldn't now, or watch a movie on your phone. No, not today, Bobcat. Not today. I can tell you right now, if you're bumping right here, you need like a quarter of an ounce away. It's not moving that fast. You probably need a little more than that because your bait would be huge, but there is a fairly decent chance I'm going to move over onto that dock here in a little bit and fish that seam a little bit where I can chum it better. I want to see if it stays quiet or if that big boat's going to come back first. Not the Southern Belle, but the other one that was here earlier. Be right back. You know, I may very well have to go back to the StreamYard thing. As much as I'm not a fan of that watermark, not being able to see the chat's kind of a pain. Yes, it is. I'm starting to wonder if maybe there's an app for the phone where you could do it kind of like StreamYard without the PC. I may have to check into that. I don't know if there is or not. My guess it probably isn't. Otherwise, I'd have heard about it by now, probably. But of course, then again, I don't know how many people thought about developing a program for people filming outside on their phone, not on a PC, to stream live shows on the regular. I don't know if that was a big thought or not. Well, yeah, I know that part, but I mean, like, having to do that, I mean, I'm reaching in front of the camera and all that good stuff, you know? Not that everybody wants not to see my pretty digits, but I don't necessarily want everybody to see them all the time. I would find it annoying. Of course, I don't know the way gas prices and everything are going up. I may have to start selling pictures of my toes or something for fishing money. Some people do some pretty weird things for money, that's for sure. Not me, though. I'll work my job and I'll do honest things and hope for honest money. Although I would be a liar if I said I didn't participate in the lottery every once in a while just for wishful thinking. Here, fishy, fishy, fishy. You ain't here to say it. Might have something playing one of my lines. Catfish and buffalo both. It's a very light bite. It's just a constant tick. A carp, you'll see it get tight and drop it, get tight, drop it. It's not a nonstop peck. But you know when they're hooked, because they, especially these bait runner reels, they just take off or go completely slack. But I think I've only ever had 2 bites where the line went completely slack. Usually they just take off sprinting 100 miles an hour. I plan on fishing till 3 o'clock. I don't think the live stream's gonna make it that long though. Without that battery pack. So that's definitely on my priority list now, for sure. In case y'all didn't hear me, I'm using corn. Go figure. But I bought one of the family size cans, so I got enough bait for the whole day plus chumming. I got a circle hook on one rod. Excuse me, circle hook on one rod loaded up with corn, and then I got a hair rig on the other one. Both work just fine. But some days I definitely prefer one or the other. Or the other. I'm not sure what the word tumpants means, deer. But I guess I could feed the birds if there were any here. There was some ducks over here earlier. And that's one thing they don't have posted anywhere over here is don't feed the birds, surprisingly enough. Ah, okay. I missed that reference, sorry. I don't know if it's as good on your end as on my end, but this phone camera is actually pretty decent. I couldn't quite see it as well when the sun was shining, but now that the clouds are over for a minute, it's got a pretty good view, looks like. I know it's not 4K. Sorry. Besides, there's not that much corn. It's only a 6-pound can. Sorry, 6 pound, 10 ounces. I have to change that battery out on the camera in a minute. That's the other reason for the box. So I need it for sure in my kayak. Some people set up their kayaks to do the all-day power supply for their cameras. And the issue is these GoPros aren't waterproof once you take the cover off or have a cord plugged in. I don't know about you, but I can't afford to replace 2 or 3 cameras at a time just because it rained. So I will continue to use the batteries, but I need a way to be able to charge the batteries while I'm on the boat or on the bank. Or in this case, my phone and a light and all this other stuff. All right, love you too. See you later. Enjoy your movie and your lunch. A little bit over 2 hours left. Surely we can get one fish in. Hey, Lloydies. Thanks for stopping by. Pretty slow day today so far. No bites. No noticeable bites. Couple nibbles. But a nice sunny day nevertheless. Fishing with corn, hope for some golden boys. I know carp's a pretty big thing over there in the UK. I hope to go over there and fish on some of those lakes someday. They look completely different compared to here. I think it'd be an interesting experience. Also, I think it'd be cool to chase some tench and some Wells catfish. We don't have Wells catfish here. I know there's some spots out west over in California and Oregon and whatnot that have tench. But I think it'd be cool to catch some of them other species that are not here. I will say I'm still experimenting with boilies though. I've only caught one carp on any homemade boilie I've made. I've done French vanilla. Actually French vanilla was the one I caught one on. I've done honey nut Cheerios and sweet potatoes. I've done corn. I've done just sweet potatoes. I tried doing a cornbread one. Seems to catch more catfish for me than anything else. Hey man, if you do, let me know. I'd be happy to see it. I will say I'm slacking on the carp gear though. I have a homemade unhooking mat. It's an old dog bed in a trash bag, so it's waterproof. They just don't have that stuff here, man. You gotta order it and wait for it to ship from the UK. Or there's a couple places that'll stock them, and then you still gotta wait a couple days, and they're overpriced because everything's through the roof right now. I say they're overpriced. For what they look like they're overpriced. And I'm sure you know here in the States are considered a trash fish, unfortunately. But I think they're a lot of fun. Sweet. I'll definitely have to make sure I subscribe to you too so I can see it. I would really like to see that. You plan on using Spam or some sort of lunch meat for them, or you plan on doing some weird concoction of a bait? I'm unfamiliar with that. What is it exactly? How's it going? I got you. Well, like I said, a lot of the people I've seen fishing for them on YouTube where they actually were kind enough to show their bait were using some sort of a lunch meat, like what's it called, pepperami or something like that. I think Big Mike would enjoy catching a Wells catfish. They get pretty big. I think they're cool looking. I mean, it's like an alien version of a flathead, if you will. Really cool camo coloring, but they got the the elongated tail. It's kind of like an eel. I think it's pretty sweet looking. Mine too, buddy. Mine too. A lot of stuff's on my bucket list, though. Luckily, I'm young still. I got a little bit of time. I do know one thing. I got 2 more weeks of bowling. Then that season will be over. I'll have more time on the water. Hopefully, then too. Because I'll stop working at the shop, and then obviously I want the bowl. So that'll free up my Mondays for sure. I did not say you were old, Mike. I said luckily I'm young. I didn't say anything about you. And a 90-pound Wells catfish would be interesting. Just out of curiosity, for that specimen lake you're talking about, do they have like a lion size limit? I know some of them do. Maybe not lion size per se, but like I'm under the impression certain ones that block out certain techniques or certain sinker styles or certain rig styles. I'm not sure if there's a limit on the fishing line there or not. I know here, if you can put it on a reel, you can use it, which is both good and bad. They're here, man. I know in Tennessee the line hook and line record, I believe, for blue catfish, which is the biggest of the three, is 108 pounds out of the Cumberland River, right? Or 112. It's either 108 or 112. But the biggest one caught in the state of Tennessee that's on the books is 182 pounds. The guy caught while he was commercial fishing. So does not even remotely seem impossible to me for there to be a 300 pounder somewhere in here. 110. Okay. I think it was somewhere around there. I know the flathead's only 85 something, and it was out in the Hiawassee River. And then the channel catfish, I believe, is somewhere in the 40 pound range. There's the other boat I was talking about. 88. Either way, still hard to believe it's caught the Hiawassee River. Okay. Yeah. So, if there's not a restriction on line size, is it just the fact that the carp spooks so easy because they're so highly pressured? Is that why people use only like 20-pound braid all the time? Or even, I think I've heard 30-pound used. Is that why that's normal out there? I mean, granted, I think I'm using 20-pound mono here for them. Most of that's for just management of lines, though. If you get too thick, I feel like they drag around too much. Unless you're using a 2-pound sinker. I tell you, it's crazy watching these people mess with the ropes on these big boats down here. The guys have been doing it so long, they sit there and basically just flop the line back and forth, and it makes the figure 8 on the hook eyes. It's crazy. I mean, every time I mess with them, I'm down there on my knees trying to get it all situated. And I'm still worried about it coming loose. And they're just like flick, 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 done. Makes you wonder sometimes. Speaking of the heavy braid, Mike, there was a fish we caught on Saturday that, Bob uses 80-pound leaders. The braid that was on there, that was stuck on that fish on the hook that he broke off, was thicker than the 80-pound mono. I have no idea what size that braid was, but it was huge. And he still broke it off. All about them rocks. I think 30 is probably the heaviest I'll ever use that's not a leader. At that point, I just feel like it has too much memory and causes too much problems. I'd rather use braid if I can get away with it. Problem with carp fishing with braid, if you're going to use a mono leader, especially here because all the big rocks, is you have to do a shock leader, which for me it's just another knot that'll fail. He's supposed to be out again today supposed to be out again today. Once he gets off work, he said. And then him and I are possibly going to fish some this weekend, which would be cool because him and I have been talking about fishing together for a while now. It'll probably be just him going live. I'll just be there with him. He's got the bigger audience. It doesn't make sense for me to try to take away from it. I'll still be showing my smiling face. So it doesn't matter to me either way. And I'll still have my cameras. So, I mean, I'll still be able to film a video if I need to or want to, or, you know, if something happens worthwhile. Sounds good, man. Yeah, it would be for him and I both. It'll either be Saturday night or Sunday night. Kind of just depends on how things go with my wife and my daughter. They might be joining in too for a little bit. Well, she and I haven't discussed it yet, so. So we'll definitely see. I don't technically have a curfew. I just have what's considered a smart time to go to bed. Because obviously if I stay up too late and she gets up at 5 in the morning hungry, well, I gotta get up with her anyway. Maybe you're younger than me, Mike. I couldn't do that anymore. I'm getting too old for that. Southern Bell's coming back, looks like. Yeah, that's for sure.
Come from that water.
You're not fun.
I can't swim.
How you doing?
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you? Good day to be outside.
Uh-huh. That cold.
That too.
What did pick you up at?
Right there. If you go on, that ramp and go in there, that's where they sell the tickets, and they load on the other side. Yeah, you just go in there. They'll take care of you. If you just go in there, they'll take care of you.
Yeah, they walk so fast. Fish?
Trying to.
You got any in there yet?
Not yet. Couple nibbles. It can be worth it. It depends on what you go there for. The company I work for did they did their Thanksgiving. Well, it's been a couple years, obviously, because of COVID, but they did the last party they did was a Thanksgiving dinner party we did on the riverboat. That was nice. They pay for you and your wife, and if you have kids, they'll pay for I think up to 2 kids. So it was very nice. I enjoyed it. I know a lot of the high schools do their proms on it too. You're right. I didn't pay, but that's beside. Would I do it again if it was just me and my wife? If she really wanted to, I probably would. I know sometimes they do. I don't know if they still do or not. They used to do a poker tournament on. I don't know if it was that one or the other one. There used to be another boat here too. I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head. Delta Queen, I think. I think they used to do a poker tournament or something on the Delta Queen. And then they retired that boat. I don't know if they do any more with it or not. Okay, yeah. Hi, how are you?
Oh, good.
Good.
Doing 2 hobbies at one time, huh?
Yep.
That's good.
It is possible. I don't think so yet. I don't think the water is consistently high enough temperature for that to happen. It's possible the carp are on the spawn already. If that's the case, then the bite's going to stay really slow for a little while. It's I think it was 56 degrees below the dam. It's usually a little bit colder down here, a little further, and then a little warmer up on the lake. So I don't know for sure what the temperature actually is. I know somewhere in the 50s range that they at least think about spawning. And then in this part of the country, they spawn twice a year. Which, if you're able to hop on that pre or post spawn bite, it's absolutely nuts. I think the most carp I ever caught in an hour was like 6, which is absolutely a blast. And the biggest one I've ever caught was 25 pounds. I caught it here last year, back in November, I think. Right in the middle of the day like today. So I'm hopeful. Hope to break the 30-pound mark someday. Which is still really crazy when you think about it. I love fishing in general, and I don't mind bass fishing. I like it when the bite's good. Every once in a while I'll get an itch and I'll go. But the smallest carp I've ever caught was like 4 pounds. So, and actually, I'm sorry, the smallest carp that I never landed, because I didn't even land it, it fell off the hook. The smallest one I've actually weighed was 8 pounds. It had a lamprey in his forehead. And it's kind of like catfishing when you're fishing in the river for big catfish. I mean, when you catch stuff that's over 5 pounds every single fish, it gets pretty addicting pretty quick. All right, it's been another 45 minutes. I'm going to go bait some more. I'll be right back. Yeah, I've been told about the 70 pounders in there, but I've never actually seen any pictures of them. I see your stories about it. And then 3 hours from Chattanooga is also Dale Hollow Lake, which is like the world's easiest place to catch a fully scaled mirror, from my understanding. What's up, Ripsaw? Thanks for sharing this on Facebook. I still got half a can of the 7-pound can of corn I got, so I'm good for a while. Chumming every 45 minutes or so. Obviously, bluegills and stuff are picking off the corn too, but if there's anything in the area worth catching, it'll find the bait eventually. I do have one rig Euro style with the hair rig. And I do have one that's just a hook loaded with corn also. I call it American style. I don't know if that's actually a thing or not, but some days the hair rig works better than the other, and some days the other works better than the hair rig. So.
Do you like your balls better?
Excuse me. But yeah, so we'll see what happens. The current's slow enough I'm getting away with using 2 ounces of weight, which that's probably about the smallest I like to go with carp fishing anyway, because I like doing the bolt style rigs or just the straight running rigs either way, but 2 ounces seems to be like the magic number. If you go less than that, then you can miss a lot of fish, and obviously if you go heavier than that, you're losing a sinker every couple casts because of all the rocks, unless the current dictates otherwise, obviously. Hey, Chrissy, how are you doing? Thanks for stopping by. I missed you guys' stream the other day. I meant to hop into that. Did you get the results back for that already, or is it still a waiting game? Either way, I hope it went well. I know you've been fighting that crud for forever. Do you mind if I ask when your appointment is? Okay. Well, hopefully those go well too. Keep us in the loop. I know that stuff's no joke. You know, my wife and I, we've had COVID twice now. We had the first round back in, 2020? And then we had the second round of it back in January or February. And obviously my little girl had it too, the second round. But we're all good. We made it through. We were fortunate. Honestly, my little girl having it was scarier than anybody else in the house having it. No offense to my wife. I love my wife, but she's an adult. She can handle it. April 11th. April 11th. I got a feeling I got something going on the 11th, I think. Now she got me thinking about it.
Só que ela
I've known several that have had it, and thankfully all of them have made it through it. So, I mean, I'm sure somebody's out there hasn't. I'm sorry for their loss. I've been very lucky, and my friends have been very lucky. Enjoying the sunshine?
Yes. Thank you.
You know, I never did hear, Chrissy. Did Ernie ever get that deer? That one y'all were watching on the cameras? I know you guys were being very diligent with it. Oh, that's too bad. I guess now you guys get to watch it for another year. I really do like his stand setup though. I'm assuming it's a fixed blind, right? It's a solid blind, or is it one of those pop-up blinds? I guess I never saw the outside of it. I only ever saw from the inside. Okay, I got you. We'll just make sure he's putting the money into it. It needs to be big enough for both of you. Don't let him skimp out on it. Yes, they do. That's for sure. And building one now is expensive too because wood's through the roof. Went ahead and tossed that one out in that eddy behind the dock over there. Those guys all left, so I might make a move here in a few so I can fish that current sea. It's also got a bench I can sit on. Believe it or not, so this sidewalk that I'm on right here, this was all underwater all the way up to the ledge of that grass and up into that about a week and a half ago. They were just pouring water through the dam because of all the rain. My buddies that fish for carp on the regular, they were doing really good when it was up like that too. How's your son doing, Grizzy? If I remember right, he was having some issues too, wasn't he? Josephine's doing awesome. She has hopefully her last pulmonology appointment tomorrow, but we'll see. We'll definitely see. I think her appointment's in the morning around 10ish. We've been doing room air trials because they said to go ahead and start doing those on the last appointment. And she's not been acting like she needs it, so I'm hoping it'll be enough that they'll just take her off of it because it's getting expensive. I mean, you know, for a month or two, then sure, I can understand it. But even with our insurance, the bill's getting up pretty high at this point from it stacking up since May of last year? Not May, sorry. She came home September. From September of last year. Even at a couple $100 a month, I mean, it's still over $1,000 already. And don't get me wrong, I make good money. I'm not complaining. I'm not bragging, but I don't make that good of money. Has he tried taking any over-the-counter vitamin B just as a temporary measure, or is he afraid to do that, or has his doctor told him not to, or what? Because I've heard some other people say that vitamin B is the way to go. If you guys are new and just got here, thanks for stopping by. My name's Anthony with Yakshore Outdoors. Out here trying to catch some Tennessee River gold. And so far, bites are pretty slow, but it's still a beautiful day and there's still time left. So thanks for stopping by. If you don't mind, if you're enjoying the view or enjoying the chat, feel free to hit the like button. And if you really, really like it and you feel like telling anybody else about it, I'd appreciate it if you share it with your friends. Oh, geez. That sucks. Of course, I guess in his defense, some of those medications, it seems like the side effects are way worse than the cure. So I don't entirely blame him, but still. Nice to meet you, too. It's nice to meet all of you. I like friends. I really like fishing. I'm a family man. I try to get along with everybody. We only get one shot to be here, so I do what I can with it. Thanks, Mike. My buddy Nick was out here the other day, and he said the action didn't take off till about 4 o'clock. So hopefully it'll happen before that. I mean, that's understandable too. I mean, but you hear all these crazy stories, and obviously I might get in trouble for saying this, but no matter how you view the political system, I feel like the media doesn't do a good job with bringing the truth forward. All they want to do is spread terror and deceit across everything, evenly on both sides. I mean, it's not just one side or the other; it's both of them. So I mean, it's just like, what do you do? You know? And then I know I mentioned political, but I mean that transfers to everything, whether it be financial, whether it be medical, religious. I mean everything. It's just you got to do your own research. You got to look at dependable sources. I feel like. But enough of that. I don't want to start anything with anybody. It's just my opinion. I have not. The one time I tried spam, all I caught was turtles and one catfish. I could see it doing well, but I also know there's so many fish here that prefer meat that I don't know that I can keep the bait on the hook long enough to be worth it, if that makes any sense. As for like pepperoni bites or Slim Jims or anything like that, I've never tried that. Something with a thicker skin might be okay. But at the same time, I'm under the impression from the fishing I have done, the people I talked to that taught me how to carp fish, or at least mentioned it to me, it seems like bread and corn or something of those two, a plant-based nature seems to always do better overall. I know some spots, some people have been trained to eat boilies here in the States, and obviously some spots where there's more people doing it on the regular, that makes sense. I myself, I don't know if I could invest the amount of money that would be needed to teach them here to do that, especially not in this big of a river. I mean, this river goes for, I forget how many hundreds of miles it is, but it's, this river in particular, it starts off up by Kentucky and it feeds all the way down to the Mississippi, which all goes all the way to the Gulf. So, I mean, it's a really big body of water. I'm not even sure that we're catching the same fish over and over again, so I'm not sure how well that would do here. Or anything. I'm not saying boilies, just any kind of other bait in general. If that makes any sense. I do like using boiled feed corn if I got time to make it. I didn't have time to get the pressure cooker out this morning. But I do have some I use at home, or that I throw in the pressure cooker for 45 minutes and it's super, super soft. And fried spam is always delicious. Hope you are enjoying the free music if you can hear it from the riverboat. One of the cool things about fishing here is every once in a while they'll bring one of the Navy ships in here, one of the big ships. They had I think it was not an aircraft carrier, but it was one of the smaller battleships up here a couple years ago. They were doing tours on it and everything. Which those are kind of cool to hop into. You see the difference in technology of what you think is livable versus what actually is livable is completely different. I mean, I'm 6 foot tall on a lot of those ships. I swear if you're over 4 foot tall, you couldn't navigate it without being hunched over all day. Very compact. I shouldn't get a copyright strike. I stated the source of it, so I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully it won't happen, but if it does, it does. I mean, I can only control so much somebody's flying through there on their bass boat, blaring some crazy music of some sort. I can't control when they do that. Honestly, that's probably the biggest worry though with live streaming and filming videos at all is the fact that you're out with other people. You can't control what they do. Not that we should be able to control what they do, obviously, but I'm sure you guys know what I mean. It's pretty crazy. I would have thought today would have been a really, really hot day, like fishing hot wise, rather, not temperature wise. But the other day, wind was blowing, the waves were crazy, current was going fast. We caught 13 catfish. Today, water's relatively calm, current's much less. There's a light breeze. Slow. It is a beautiful day. I think it's supposed to be 83. My wife said earlier today, which is, I'm not gonna say unheard of for late March, but 3 days ago it was like 30. It was really cold, so or 35 or something. It was crazy. There's a lot of people out here enjoying the weather too, even though it's a Monday. I've never tried fishing here on the weekends, but I take it back. I fish here late at night on the weekends and it's okay. But I would think during the day on the weekends it'd be almost impossible to fish here. You better go fishing. I hope you catch a bunch. I really do. I hope you guys catch a bunch. I think I'm gonna go ahead and check the baits one more time. That one wasn't doing me any good. For those of you who didn't know what I was using, just a bunch of corn, nothing crazy. Yeah, Uncle Lou's stuff's good. I got to use Bob's bumping rod the other day that he got from Uncle Lou. That thing is nice. Very, very nice. Hey, good. How are you guys?
Good. Been fishing for it.
Fishing for carp.
Huh?
Yep.
Are you on live right now?
I am. Sorry. But yep. Haven't had any bites yet. About an hour and a half. But it's right in the middle of the day. Usually picks up around 3 o'clock.
This is a bad time of day.
Yeah, but I think my wife to work this morning, so I didn't get up here early. Normally I would be early.
Just to catch a very
Yeah. I got some friends that fish here a little more than I do, and they've been catching some 20 or 30 pound fish on the regular. You know, they catch the common carp and the buffalo carp, which is really buffalo ones are the ones that are native here to start with. Common was brought over by Europeans back in 18 years or whatever. And, yeah, I grew up in England, that's what it was really about. I've never caught one here, hopefully we're going to go through here.
that was bad time.
Exactly. So,
All right, have a good day.
you too. Enjoy the weather. Yeah, that bumping rod he's got. You know, I bought one from Shattered, which I really, really like. The difference between it and the Shattered rod, the Uncle Lou's one actually weighs a little bit more, I think. I feel like. It's very hard to tell. I think the Uncle Lou's one weighs a little bit more, but the eyes on it don't have the ceramic rings. It's just straight metal rings. They're thicker. You know, it's still round, right? It's not thicker that way. It's thicker. The actual metal itself is thicker, and I feel like it's a little more sensitive. Which for bumping's absolutely perfect. But I have no complaints on my Shattered one either. But Uncle Lou's definitely, he definitely does some good work. He's a good guy too, fun to talk to. Hope to actually meet him in person someday. On my list of people to meet. Oh, you know what, Chrissy? I forgot. Josie got she has her first and her second tooth. Her second tooth came in over the weekend. So she was a little fussy right before that. I will say the older Josie gets, the more like her mom she is. She's very, very sassy. Looks like me, though. Yeah, it is. And yeah, that was the whole point of this. You know, I love fishing, but to me, it's just a way to relax. That's the way I want it to be for everybody else, too. And I'm a multi-species fisherman. Like I said, I'll fish for anything. But to me, the most relaxing of the two are going to be catfish and carps because you can heave it and leave it, as some people say. Actually, I don't know if you guys can see it or not. Yeah. Okay, so there's a barge back there. That is the one that Daryl and I ran into with his boat. If you guys have seen that clip, it's called Barge Fight. And we were anchored above it and fishing. And this big boat, I'm talking like something that you would see out in like the Caribbean, came flying by. Huge wake, rocked us loose. But it didn't just knock us loose, it knocked the anchor under a bunch of cable ties, which are these giant steel cables underwater. So I'm sitting here trying to pull the anchor up. Well, the anchor is stuck in that. Those are coming loose. We all drifted by, and yeah, his rod's caught first, then his motor ended up bumping against the barge. It was a little bit scary. That's why you always got to pay attention to where you're at, especially when you're on a boat. On the bright side of being all over the place, I know that's the phrase you used. If you can get through it once, you can get through it twice. It gets a little bit easier each time, seems like. For me, the worst part of it probably was while Josie was in the hospital. That was the hardest part of getting over it for me. But I got through it. Everything's good. And it changed my outlook on life in a lot of ways. Yeah, I put the channel on hold basically for 6 months just to take care of her and my wife, and it worked out. And honestly, I know 113 days seems like a long time in the hospital. It goes by a lot faster than you think, at least as a parent. I don't know if actually being in the hospital for 113 would feel like forever as a person. I would think so personally, but I mean, time flies. I mean, she's been out of the hospital since September. She's 10 months old now. She'll be a year in May. I mean, it just flies by. I love fishing. Period. Same. Pretty soon here the dam. Uh-oh. I believe I lost connection. Can you guys hear me or see me? Okay, cool. But yeah, the big shell cracker and the bluegill, I'll be running up by the dam pretty soon. They're really, really fun to catch. I like catching them on light line. Hello. How are you guys? Good. A lot of people out walking the dogs today. Good day for it, though. I can't complain. And I would do the same. What's your opinion on pack bait over there in the UK? I know you guys pre-bait a lot. I know you guys use method leads. Method leads are kind of hard to get over here, so I do a lot of oatmeal and cream corn pack bait. It's probably my favorite. And actually, one of my previous videos back in September, I think it was the one when I fished my birthday. I used sweet corn, oatmeal, and peaches. That one smelled really good. I was almost tempted to eat it. I'm not gonna lie. It's pretty bad if a fishing trip ends because you ate the bait. It is currently 1:43. I think we're gonna aim for 2:30, probably for the end of the stream. I'm fishing to 3 o'clock, but I got to make sure I have some battery left on my phone. It's starting to run a little low. Just to give you all a heads up, kind of what I'm thinking. Probably about another 30 minutes, 45 minutes, and then I'll have to cut it. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I might get lucky. It might last a little longer than planned. Still looking for the skunk buster. Not yet. Just been hanging out in the sun. Like I said, if I get to one of those days or weeks rather, where I know I'm going to fish multiple days in a row, I'll pre-bait. But yeah, I'm usually just go either there or not. I've never tried pre-baiting here in this spot. I'm not sure how well it would do with as big of a area as it is. But I know up by the dam, over by the locks, I'll pre-bait there a lot. I usually use sweet feed or some prepared field corn. I'll do about a 5-gallon bucket worth. I'll do that once that whole week, and then that'll be good. Because obviously you're adding to it every time you fish there too. So. But when I was talking about pack bait, it's just you have your rig and your sinker, and you just pack a big old ball of bait around it, and cast it out. Self-chumming, if you will. Oh yeah, no. If you can't enjoy fishing on the days you get skunked, you really probably shouldn't enjoy fishing to start with. That's my opinion on it. I've skunked my fair share, and I will continue to skunk my fair share. But I can also tell you there's been several, if not hundreds of times where I was packing stuff up and left the rod in the water, and it's the one that went off. Then you have the endless debate of, do you wait 15 more minutes? I do think now that it's getting warmer, this spot will do much better in the evenings. So I'll probably do a lot more evening or after dark trips down here this summer. But I feel like this is a spot that can produce year round. Before this year, I actually ran into somebody that was fishing for him down there. It's the only reason I even thought about fishing here in the first place. Because I always thought it would be too swift for him. I used to think that after like mid-November, I wasn't going to worry about trying to catch carp until March. But then I ran into him and he talked me into coming down and hanging out with him for a couple of days. And yeah, we caught fish every day. So, and that was well into December. So with that being the case, I got a feeling I could probably catch carp here all year round, which is nice. Time to change a battery. Oh yeah, exactly. Christian and his dad. I know they're down here a lot. Nick, he's down here a lot. There was another guy down here too. I don't remember his name. I don't know if I've actually met him, but yeah, they all were catching down here in January. I can tell you right now, if you're going to start editing stuff, DaVinci Resolve is my absolute favorite program out of all the ones I've used that are free. It's got a lot of high-end capabilities built into it, and like I said, it's free. There's some of the template stuff isn't able to be used on the free version, but other than that, it does all right. But like I said, DaVinci Resolve. And I do a lot of my like graphic editing type stuff with Photop, which is it's a free Photoshop knockoff. That's all web based, so you can do it from any computer. It's pretty handy. And like I said, it's also free. Not that I'm against any of the high dollar stuff. I've had some experience in the past using some of those bigger programs back when I was in high school doing computer classes and stuff. But I'm a firm believer if you can get it done for way cheaper, still have high quality and doesn't hurt anybody, that's the way to go. I've never actually tried Viva. I've tried, let me think, which ones have I tried? Because I've used After Effects, I've used Premiere Pro, I've used DaVinci Resolve. Like I said, that's my favorite one. There was, I tried doing the Movie Maker one. I wasn't a fan of it. There was one that started with an A. Its logo was a blue circle. Avid or Axis or something like that. I did not like it at all. It completely sucked all the performance out of my computer. I'm thinking there's one more too that I've tried, but I can't remember off the top of my head. I don't know. If I ever think of it, I'll let you know. Here, fishy, 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 fishy. The biggest thing I would say, there's a ton of free options. Avoid the ones that put anything on your screen. I mean, it's free advertising for them, and that's why they say it's free, but there's so many out there that even if they're just a little more complicated to use, you don't have that iconography on your screen, and it makes for a lot of high quality video. Honestly, it's one of the things that, a pet peeve, if you will, for watching other people, is if they got that stuff on that screen, it drives me nuts. I try to look at every video I put out as something that I would watch, both as a fisherman and as somebody that just likes outside. Is it something I can tolerate? Is the quality decent? Is the information good? That kind of thing. And I mean, the proof's in the results. I'm by no means a huge YouTuber, but I do have a small following, and I've gotten it relatively fast. I mean, I guess being a likable person probably helps some too, but I would like to think that I make stuff that's at least somewhat decent. Oh, another thing that'll jumpstart, and this, I wish I'd learned this sooner. Every big time TV show in the past has used some sort of big intro, background music, all this good stuff. Try to avoid that. If it's something that takes longer than a couple of seconds, it's not worth doing, because I promise you it's going to drive you nuts when you're looking at the analytics for those videos and you see the timestamp for when your intro comes on from the timestamp afterwards. You drop a ton of people. If they have a long intro, they just will not stick around for it. That's probably the biggest thing I've learned editing since I've started. You have a couple of seconds to get their attention, and at that point you have to keep it. So by adding something that completely cuts you out for a minute, that's a problem. I mean, one thing I've been trying to do, at least for the last couple of videos, is it has something going on, and then it'll flash my logo or whatever, and then go right back to it's still the audio. I could talk through it and be fine. Or the action be happening and it pop up for a second and it'd be fine, because they're still hearing and still knowing what's going on. And it seems to be working for me. But yeah, so I hope that helps. What time is it over there in the UK anyway? I know you guys are like what, 6 hours behind, 8 hours behind, something like that. There you go. StreamYard's a good thing. If I could afford to do it without having the logo in the corner, I would. But $20 a month, that's more than I can afford on a regular basis. So I try to avoid it. How's it going?
Good. What about you?
I can't complain. Just enjoying the weather.
How many fishes do you have?
I have not caught any yet.
Oh, okay.
Like I said, just enjoying the weather.
Oh, all right.
You too. Thank you. $1,900. Yeah, it's dinner time. Maybe a little bit past it. On the plus side, I just saw a sign of life. So maybe that's a good thing. Fingers crossed. What time is it again? It's 2 o'clock. I'm gonna go and check in some more bait.
I think that the result just be a little bit. I don't think.
Went in and put out a fresh pile of bait. Did a bigger pile on a smaller spot. And, put both rods near it. We'll see how that goes. All right, so what's y'all's biggest catfish and biggest carp? I want to hear some numbers. For me, it's 25 pounds on the carp, and it's 17 pounds on a buffalo, which I know you guys don't have those in the UK, so you can't really add to that one. And my biggest catfish was right at 31 pounds or 31 and a half, something like that. Believe it or not, my wife has it beat by 6 ounces on the catfish. She'll know the number for sure. And the only thing I've ever caught bigger than that was a paddlefish or a shovel bill, and it was 33 pounds. That's currently the household biggest fish record. But it was big, she said. It was big. Seems like you always catch your biggest or potentially biggest fish when you don't have a way to check it out. Several of my big bass have been that way. I have no idea how much they weighed. I had no way to check them. I'm guessing, if I had to guess, though, my biggest largemouth was probably 8 pounds. My biggest smallmouth was somewhere around 5. But yeah, both of those times I didn't have to weigh it. You know, speaking of which, my biggest flathead catfish was about that long, maybe a little longer. I caught him while I was crappie fishing. And I have yet to catch a flathead since then. It's another household record my wife has. Hers is, I think her biggest one was 3 pounds, a little over a foot long. Battery's still holding up. I think we'll make it to about 215. We might be able to get 230. It's gonna be close. Like I said, I'm only fishing until 3 o'clock today, so now I gotta go home, take a shower, and go pick up my daughter from daycare and figure out what we're gonna do for food. I'll tell you what sounds good right now, though. A great big old cheeseburger. I'll definitely have that battery box fixed before the next live, though. That way I don't have to cut you guys off early. I got all the pieces. I just got to figure out how to wire it. Small eye ray. That's one thing I've up until January was the first time I ever did any kind of ocean fishing. I caught a black sea bass and a pompano. That's all I've caught. And they're both really small. 6 pound tench, though. That's pretty good. It's pretty good sized tench, isn't it? I mean, my understanding is that they're the equivalent to the American bass over there in Europe. I could be wrong, but that was the impression I was given by somebody else who's from the UK. £11. 11 pounds. Yeah, I think the largemouth bass record is only like, I don't know, was it 16, 14, 16, something like that, I think. Don't hold me to that. And actually, what a lot of people don't know, or at least is what I've been told, I don't know for sure, I'm not a biologist, but I'm under the impression that a largemouth bass is actually just a glorified sunfish. It's not even actually a bass. Which is pretty funny because if that's true, you think of all those people that are overly obsessed with pan fishing at that point. Not that they can't be fun too, but I just imagine guys on bass boats going, 50 miles an hour to catch a bluegill or bluegill relative. It makes me chuckle. I believe a bluegill would be for you. The equivalent for a bluegill would be a a roach or a rudd. I think that's what they're called. There's two different species, right? They're both kind of silvery looking. Yeah, that bass I caught it was about that big. I mean, it was really really pretty, but it wasn't big at all. Then the pompano I caught was about the size of my hand. Neither one of them were monsters, but it was still cool to say I caught some fish in the ocean. Yeah, my battery's starting to get a little low. I think we're going to go ahead and call this stream for now. Thanks, guys, for sticking around. It was nice to meet all of you that are new here. And again, like I said, if you enjoy the company or enjoy the conversation or even just enjoy the scenery, feel free to like it and share it with your friends. And we'll catch you guys next time on Yakshore Outdoors. Tight lines. See you on the water.